Akshat, and my present 20 time is on the effect of music on blood pressure. And so, in the United States, 700 million Americans and adults, they have a high blood pressure. And every single year, this number has been increasing. And by this, according to the CDC, 1 out of every 3 American adults have a high blood pressure. And since my mom's a doctor, every day she comes home and tells us at dinner time what her patients, why should they come to meet her. And now more and more, it's about high blood pressure. And so I wanted to do something about it. And so the symptoms of high blood pressure is that, according to the Mayo Clinic, it's called a dead silent killer. And so what that means is that there are not many symptoms of high blood pressure, so you don't know if you're going to have it. So the main ways that you can check up and see and cure yourself, control your blood pressure, is by exercising, having a healthy diet, getting regular checkups. But one thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to try and incorporate some ways what things I do in my everyday life into my 20 time project. And one thing that I do every day is I listen to music. And so I wanted to incorporate music and blood pressure and see if music can be another way which can be used for controlling your blood pressure. And so what I did with this was in the beginning stages, after I finished all my research, I figured out the symptoms, that there are no symptoms. I figured out what blood pressure can do to you, which is, according to the CDC, high blood pressure over time, it could cause heart disease, it can cause stroke, and even heart failure. And so this is a really big problem. And so I wanted to see what I can do with this. But I got lost, as you can see. And so what I did was I took a survey of this classroom and see what type of music everybody listens to. And I wanted to see, and I picked the top 4. And the first was rap, there was mainstream, hip-hop, and classical. And so I talked to my mom, and I asked her if I could go into her office and use some of her patients for my subject. And so she said, yeah. So 2 Thursdays ago, I went after school, and I went to her office, and I got 6 patients which I could study from. And so, as you can see, I measured their blood pressure, the systolic and the diastolic pressure, and then I used Hello, which is a mainstream type, and then found their blood pressure after the music, and I found that every single time there was a decrease in your blood pressure, except for one time, which was the diastolic blood pressure went up by 10%. And so a few problems that I had with this experiment was that I didn't have enough subjects to actually make this some research that I could use in everyday life. But so far it looks kind of promising with the low tempo Hello song by Adele. And so from this project, I still don't know if music is good or bad for controlling blood pressure, but so far so good. And what I want to do is, the 2 things that I learned from this is patience. First one was patience, because I got lost in a lot of time in this presentation, and without my patience, I would be flustered and frustrated, and I wouldn't be able to get where I did today. And then my second one was, I don't know what the picture is, but it's supposed to be about connections. And so why connections are important, because sometimes if you go into an office and you contact only one doctor, from experience, you can only get a few number of patients, and you need much more patients in order to have a good amount of research. And for continuation, yeah, I think I want to continue this project and get more doctors and see if I can get more research and data. And hopefully by the end of the summer, I can get about 50 different subjects which I can test on and see which genre of music would be good for me. And hopefully I think that this could be a stepping stone and a process in which I can maybe submit this to a science fair. And so yeah, thank you.